The new traveler numbers to the United States are really quite dramatic. The Trump administration is putting travelers off actually coming to the US. Arrivals from overseas fell nearly 12% in March compared to last year. I can't remember ever seeing numbers like this outside a pandemic or something like that. The numbers from Europe are particularly sharp. From the UK, down 14%. Britain's the top source of overseas tourists, the US. That is going to hurt big time. Spain, down 25%. Germans are really not interested in visiting the US right now, with arrivals off 28%. And the reason is not a secret. The Skift survey of travellers across 5 countries, 46% of them said they are less likely to visit the US because of Donald Trump. Only about a quarter said they were more likely. Sarah Kopit is with me, the editor-in-chief of Skift. When I see that the reasons are fear and anger, 60% say that's the reason that they've cancelled. And the quotes, here I'm just trying to find the quote page, some of the UK tourists were basically, I'm concerned about being arrested and detained while going through customs. Concerns relating to LGBT, trade and tariff policies. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the world is angry. They're upset with the United States right now. I mean, look, Donald Trump and his administration ran on an America First policy, and we're seeing right now the results of what that means in practice at the border.
Then you get a few very high profile detentions.
Yes.
The Australian woman, and there's a couple of people from Germany, a British woman, highly publicized back in their own country. And what happens?
Yeah, I mean, look, travelers, they are really telling us loud and clear, we just don't want to come to the United States right now. Now, interestingly enough, 74% of our respondents did say when Donald Trump was no longer in office, they would be more than happy to come back to the United States. We do get the impression that the beef here is really with the Trump administration, not the American people necessarily. But yeah, these high profile incidents that have really gotten a huge amount of worldwide press don't do the United States any favors for its inbound travel market.
A lot of people will still come because they're locked into tickets that they've already bought. I guess the real tone of this will be after the summer. Now, when I was at A4E in Brussels a couple of weeks ago, the airlines then said they weren't seeing any evidence of this in forward bookings. Since then, we've had Virgin Atlantic sort of hinting that it's not as rosy. What are you hearing on that front?
Yeah, so, one of the things that's happened, as you well know from reporting business news, is that the tariff kerfluffle, to put it kindly, has really impacted the world over and above what's going to happen to, the price of toys and whatever. It's really kind of taken, I think it's kind of taken everybody's breath away, right? And it's played with people's money. It's played with people's bank accounts. And so, and that's relatively new. And this Skift survey, we did it in April. So this is very new data. So I think that anything that was too backwards looking, stuff is changing so quickly. It is, it's like you can step out and come back and everything is different. So
people like Fred Dixon, of course, who's head of Brand USA, how on earth do you sell the United? Now, tourism has always been extremely important in some states, California, Florida, New York, less so in other states. But it's going to be very difficult to sell Brand USA.
Yeah, I mean, the United States is a big country. We are far more than our politics. I think that is what's dominating the news cycle right now, and that's what you're seeing here in this report that we just had. But I think if I were Fred, maybe I'd take a bit of a cheeky approach. I don't know if we would want to anger the Trump administration, but perhaps that's the solution, that we are more than our administration.
How bad do you think it's going to get in the winter and after the summer?
I think people are mad right now, but the United States, people want to come here. They've always wanted to come here in the modern era. I hope that if there can be a little bit of certainty that's built up, if maybe some of these edge outlier cases go away, people will become a little bit more willing to travel and cross the border. Just your regular average person that shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. So that's my hope.
I do need to ask, of course, there's the anomaly in you looked at 6 or so countries: Canada, Germany, India, Mexico, UK. Why was India up 41%? Was there some unique factor on that you managed to determine?
India is a really interesting case because India has such a strong and growing middle class that is new for them. So traveling is new for that bunch of travelers. And I think that they're kind of putting this aside. It's been like, I've wanted to go to the US for a long time, and I'm going to book my trip. Yeah.
It is great to see you, Sarah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. The Skift report has Canada, by the way, down 36%. I mention this, Sarah, because our next guest is in Canada. Thank you, Sarah.